So, I want to tell you a little story, more of a fable or a parable. It starts a long time ago, and there's a village out in the countryside. Small village, handful of people, about 20 people in the whole village. And they've worked all summer, toiling in the fields. And this one guy grew a lot of corn, and another guy grew a lot of beans, and another guy grew a lot of potatoes, and one guy tanned some hides and made leather and leather products, and another person was sewing dresses and clothing all summer. Anyway, it's the end of the summer, and there's a big market at the fall, and everyone comes from towns far and wide, and they come to this big market, and they sell their wares, and they trade, and that's the scenario for this situation. So it's the day before the big fair in this small town. They gather all of their goods and supplies. Everyone's been working so hard all year, and they've got it loaded into this giant wagon. And they have the townspeople, all 20 of the townspeople, are pulling this wagon to the market. And they're making a good clip. They're going just fine. They're heading to town. Everyone's good. Uh-oh. Susie stepped on a rock and twisted her ankle in a weird way, and she can't really walk very well, and she certainly can't pull the wagon. So she says, "Hey guys, I kind of hurt my leg. Do you mind if I ride in the wagon?" And everyone's, oh God, they feel awful for her. This is horrible. She hurt her ankle and she needs to get to town to sell her goods, and the town needs this. So boom, she jumps up into the cart and she rides the rest of the way. Now there's 19 people pulling the cart. It's not a big deal at all. Not a big deal at all. They go out a couple of miles, and little Johnny, he's a little younger than the rest of them. He's just tired. He's thirsty. He's been pulling this wagon all day, and he says, "Guys, can I ride in the wagon? I'm so tired." And they look around and like, "Yeah, it's fine. It's fine." He jumps in the wagon. There's 18 people pulling the wagon. They go on for a little bit longer, and then Frank gets a blister in the back of his foot. His sandals just aren't working out. Nasty blister. "Hey guys, listen, man, I can barely walk. Can I ride in the cart?" And the tone is like, fine, whatever. Now there's 17 people pulling the cart plus 3 people. And then they go another couple of, okay, you see where this is going. By the end of halfway through the voyage to the town, there's 10 people pulling and 10 people getting a free ride. Well, when you get to the 10th person, you kind of see the tide has turned, and now the 10 people that are pulling are getting really disgruntled with the 10 people along for a free ride. The 10th person who's pulling says, "Hey guys, I'm getting real tired." What do you think the answer is? They're getting real pissed off at all these freeloaders now. This is Chicago. There are more people in Chicago grifting off the system and living off of the hard work of other people than there are working. A big example people like to talk about is the teachers' union. I don't know the exact statistics, but it's something like 20% of the retired teachers make over $100,000 a year. And there are more retired teachers and policemen and firemen and city officials and town clerks. And anyway, they're being taxed to death, the people in Chicago. And the people in Chicago the people living in Chicago that have a job are kind of like the few ones left that are pulling this wagon. And they're kind of getting sick of it. But in Chicago, you can leave. And that brings us to Caterpillar. You know, the big tractor company. They make bulldozers and front-end loaders and construction equipment. Caterpillar has said, "Okay, Illinois, we're done pulling this big wagon. We're moving." So they're taking their global headquarters out of Illinois, and they're going to Texas. So 230 employees work there, but it's the corporate headquarters. Well, all of those people are now unemployed. And Illinois will not be getting any more tax revenue from a global headquarters. That probably leaves a sting. You know, last month, Boeing announced it would move corporate headquarters from Chicago to Virginia. Ouch, guess they got tired of pulling that cart. So the article goes on to say that Caterpillar said on Tuesday it would move its global headquarters to Irving, Texas. Texas is just more friendly to businesses. Tesla moved there. You know, we all know how it's going. So using this same analogy of the last 10 people pulling this wagon, let's go over to this article. Website's called Government Slaves, Mass Exodus of Companies Leaving Illinois. Hey guys, they're leaving. Let's read through this, get a couple of points to kind of make my argument a little stronger. On Thursday, Hoist Lift Trucks announcement that it was moving more than 500 manufacturing jobs to Indiana. It was just the latest in a long and almost fevered list of other companies seeking to escape Illinois' outrageous workers' compensation costs and high taxes. On July 14th, machine maker Destaco said it was moving 100 jobs to Tennessee. The next day, energy processor Bunge North America said it was shutting down its plant in Bradley, Illinois, and laying off 210 workers. The day after that, General Mills pulled the plug on its manufacturing plant in West Chicago, terminating 500 workers. A week later, Mitsubishi Motors announced it was closing its production facilities that made its Outlander, ending 918 jobs. Okay, listen, that's 918, 500, 200, 200 more. There's a couple of thousand people, give or take, that have now just become unemployed. And now they're going to get their unemployment compensation, which is an additional tax on the few remaining people that work there. This problem is the perfect example of a snowball effect. The worse it gets, the faster and the worse it gets. So, if you're living in Illinois, well, sorry for you, but the time to leave is... Well, the time to leave has come, and I might argue it's already gone. At some point, you're going to get stuck there. Because all of these people that just got fired, well, they either need to leave or they need to start collecting unemployment. If they collect unemployment, your taxes go up. If they leave, there's a rush of people to sell their houses at the same time. If there's a simple supply and demand, the more houses there are in the market that are trying to sell immediately, the more competitive with the price they have to be, i.e. property values are going to go down. So if property values keep going down, you're going to get yourself in a position where you can't sell because you're going to be underwater in your mortgage. And then when you move to somewhere else, you want to buy a $100,000 house, right out of the gate, it's going to cost you $120,000, $150,000, whatever you got left on your previous mortgage. You see how this math works? So Illinois, keep doing what you're doing. Your gun laws are definitely working because you have the lowest crime. Your taxes are the highest, definitely keeping the best employees, etc., etc. Democrats, yay! All right, now that you had fun laughing at Democrats in Illinois, subscribe, then go away. Enjoy your weekend.